something a little bit different. It's a bit more straightforward of a job, this one. Nothing actually broken on it. Something a little bit unusual as well. Ooh, swanky. But that is not going to do the trick. So if you need some attention and a good polish, well, it's going to be a pretty straightforward one, this. Give the frets a little polish as well. Fresh set of strings on her. Give everything a nip up. Yeah man, she'll be grand. Right, we'll start with whipping them strings off her. Off you pop. Maybe just in there first. Not lockers, are they? Nope. Seeing that, they feel like pretty much brand new strings, them top strings. Boot, boot, boot. Some form of reminder for something happening. Oh, they are getting chopped off. Snip, snip, snip. I said snip. There we go. Get them away. Right. Yeah, I will want now. Take them off the studs. Blow a load of the crap off it. Blow a load of the crap off it so that we're not just rubbing any muck around. Give it a quick light drag with a microfiber again, to just try and pull off any little bits of particulate. Because black paint really does want to scratch. You do not have to be careful. I mean, this is getting a polish up anyway, so it's going to look better than it does now. It's going to remove scratches, but you don't want to be adding any, because that just creates work. So, let's get some J3 on this bad boy. In fact, now we'll do the fretboard first. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. She just needs a little woolen. Frets are in pretty good nick, to be fair. There's not a lot of ground on the board, so this shouldn't take too much scrubberooing. This is just extremely fine grade wire wool. It has to be extremely fine grade though. If you use some of the stuff that's just normally available in shops as fine wire wool or super fine wire wool, then you'll be able to see the scratches still if you work laterally, like I'm doing here, working across the grain. Whereas this is fine enough so that you can't. If you do have that issue though, you can always work with the grain as your last movement. And that'll get rid of anything like that if you come across such an issue. When you're polishing frets. Oh, I love when the coat nice and shiny. These are really in quite good nick. It usually takes me a couple of passes with a few different grades to get frets to this sort of level. It's nice to see that attention's being paid on the important bits of a guitar. And the fretboard is probably the most important. Of the business end, there's nothing worse than when you get like a scratchy feeling fret. You do some vibrato over it and you can feel the string really dragging over little divots and grooves and stuff that have been left from the crowning process. It's an easy enough thing to fix with the right stuff, obviously, but it's something that's really common on cheaper guitars, especially. They'll polish them, but they'll not go through all the grades properly. So when you're polishing something up, you want to start with a really heavy grade, which is essentially heavy, thick sandpaper with large particles in it, and you slowly increase the grade, which means smaller and smaller particles on the sandpaper, making finer and finer scratches. And each subsequent grade gets rid of the scratches from the previous grade because it's slightly finer. So you're working out the scratches from each grade, and it all smooths and levels itself off as you go. So what they seem to do with a lot of frets is they'll use the heavy grades to sort of shape things in, and then they'll skip some of the middle grades and they'll go straight to a really light grade to just give it a quick polish so it looks shiny. And yeah, it looks shiny, and it's better than if you don't give it that polish, but if you skip those middle grades, you're still left with noticeable little asperities on top of the fret. Which, to be fair, I can see here, these aren't perfect, but they're not bad. Yeah, right into them edges as well. Thing. The edges right into these corners of the frets. When are these next going to get cleaned? If I'm setting this up now, it's getting gigged next week sometime, and probably going to be consistently gigged from then forward for months, with nary a string change to see it through. So the better I get now, the longer she will last, and the happier a bunny my customer will be. Which you would tell all his friends about. And they'll play his amazing guitar and go, whoa, you take that, the guy took that out, whoa. One thing I found in business, by far the best form of marketing is just doing some extra work for your current customer, going above and beyond in what you actually do for them, because it basically results in a situation whereby your entire previous customer base turns into a sales force for you, and it's the most organic sales force possible. People in marketing are out there trying to build authority and build trust before they can convey the message that they're trying to market to you. Well, who's got more authority and who do you trust more than your mate who's sitting in the pub and telling you that he's just had a really good experience with this particular business, blah blah blah. If you need the same thing, go there. It's always been something that I've noticed that gets underutilised, that especially in building trades and stuff. I used to work in building trades, and it's really easy to stand out. Incredibly easy, just by doing a little bit extra. Like we'd go and I can't remember what the jobs were. What, fit in a bathroom or something for like a pensioner, for instance. And I remember she mentioned that she wanted a curtain rail put up, and she was waiting for her son to come and put this curtain rail up. So we just threw it up for her. It took 20 minutes to do a little bit extra, including the cleaning up and stuff. Obviously you've got to hoover after you drill and everything. It takes a little bit of time, and people are over the moon. I do tend to go a little bit far with it sometimes, but I'm not entirely convinced that there is such a thing as going too far with it. I've ended up doing hundreds of pounds worth of free work for people, just to look after them if they've been repeat customers and stuff. But to be fair, I've had some amazing customers. People are generally really good. Right, we're getting there. We are getting there. It's nice not to have to worry about a neck pickup for any of this steel wool getting tangled in. Normally what I do is I have a magnet, and I hold a magnet nearby, and it means that any bits of steel wool that fly off the bundle that I'm using don't end up going into the pickup, they end up going into the stronger and closer magnetic field of what's in your hand. But that's not really a problem here. Have you ever wondered why they don't put neck pickups in certain guitars? Like, sort of, when I first sort of seen that this was a thing and people would just put one pickup in a guitar, I sort of thought, well, surely even if you never use it, what's the harm in having it there? But actually, it does make a little bit of a difference. It probably makes more of a difference, dare I say it, than tone would. But let's not get into that yet. Trust me, we'll get there. But it does make a difference because the string obviously is sitting over both pickups, and they've both got magnets in them, and those magnets are acting on the string at any given time while their string's sat above them. The magnet's pulling on them. So if you remove the magnetic field from a second pickup that you're not using, then you free the string up to vibrate a little bit more easily. And the neck pickup's actually got more leverage against the string because obviously it doesn't move here, it moves its most in the middle if plugged open. So there's not much leverage where the bridge pickup is to stop the string from moving here, whereas the further down here that you come, the more leverage that you've got to stop it from moving. If the neck pickup was here, it would make a way bigger difference to the overall output of the guitar. But yeah, getting rid of it can make a difference to how much your guitar can sing. So there is a reason for it. Okay, that's pretty much there. Make sure I've got all these back edges. Right. Give her a little left with a magnet anyway. Oh, where you go? Just use the magnet to get rid of any free floating steel wool. Honestly, magnets are great. I love magnets, mate. They're so useful for so much stuff. Oh look, these loose string ends here are lying all over the shop. Oh no, I will poke myself in the thumb trying to pick them up. No, you know what I mean? It's nice, lovely. I use them for tools and stuff as well. You can hold tools on. Just magnet it on. Same for the files. It's good stuff, man. Magic rocks, because that's what they are essentially. Very gently across there. Get rid of the shite. Right, get some oil on that. Where are you going? I really need to get behind this workboard and secure these bloody hooks. properly, because they've got a terrible tendency of wanting to drop out when you take the tool off, which is not ideal considering that their entire purpose is so that you can take the tool off and put it back on easily. Oily, get on there so that. Ooh, ooh, you little minx. Get it shiny. Nice and moist. It was a little bit dry there. The 13th fret's a bit of a funny shape. Well, not the fret, the space. The space after the 12th. Got a strange little divot to it. It'll fall off. Oh, that must have been a lovely close-up shot the side of my head. Right, let's get. I'll let that dry a bit before I wipe it off properly. So I'll get cracking on giving the rest of it a proper compounding. Contours nice and smooth. Make sure that the light breaks off it nice when it's on stage, because it's the little things, man, that make you feel like a badass. Oh yes. Nice. Oh my fucking word, I shit myself. Can't lie to you. It's little bloody fiddly bits like this that are hard to get around because I insist on getting right into edges and stuff so everything looks crisp and fresh, you know. But it make a difference. It make a difference, mate. It make it better. And one better. One better's good. Oh yeah, I gotta do the little crystally boy now. Oh, look at that. Oh damn, that looks good. I want to do a little bit more polishing on this back edge here though, because it just doesn't look quite perfect. Oof. That's what I'm talking about. See that shine up the edge? That's what we want. Lovely job. Still got to do the headstock. I'm quite warm actually. I'm just going to take this hoodie off. Work up a little bit of a sweat doing that. Headstock seems pretty pristine to be honest. We'll move you over so you can have a look. I hope that's going to be a reasonable view for you. Yeah, you're kind of in the way to be honest, but don't worry about it, it's fine, don't worry about it, just calm down. I'll work around you. Get a grip of yourself, will you calm down? Right, that's that sorted, top of that done, lovely jubbly. Give me the yellow boy back. Getting there. Getting there now. Right. Wunderbar. nice and shiny. We'll nip those up as well. Keep this handy little flat boy. Don't really need to use this, to be fair. This is more for when the strings are already on. Grand. Right, we're going to give this fretboard a wee bit of a wipe now, and then we can string her up. Right, I'll move you back to where you were. Now we need to get a set of them bad boys on. You can go back down there too. You can go back on the way. Oops, come back to me. Come back. Come back. And you also need to come back to me. Something like that. We'll give the saddle a little spruce up too. Oh, look at that. God. Oh, that goes from looking horrible to looking not horrible at all anymore. Can't even see properly, can you? No. Absolutely everything cleaned right up. Get rid of you and get you. Right. Let's get some strings through her. Now, this is where you should. That wish that would stop bloody coming off there. I shall have to reattach it. Easiest way to do this generally is to stick them all through first. Someone in the remote. Right. Me and fright. That's me. Oh, no, wait, what else do we do? I'm going to try to do. You're going. What do you do? Maybe. Maybe. What do we do? No, no. Okay, we do my best. Right. Actually, no. I'm going to put it on the other side. Right, that should be a little bit better for what we're about to do. So, I want my strings off there. I want my oily rag. If you take the strings and give them a good wipe them down with thin oil. That does not help to make them feel like a nicer set of strings. Top tip, just makes you glide up and down a little bit easier. Right, now let's get these all locked on properly. This is where I should think about getting an electric string winder. I don't like things with batteries, man. Everything's got a battery these days. I've got a running joke with one of my mates that everything's got a battery in it. The cat's going to need charged up soon, you know. My bloody motorbike helmet, I've got the charge up. Like, I don't like wireless earphones. Oh, past my headphones, can't make it, need charged. Like, what? Everything doesn't need to be battery powered, man. Bluetooth garden hose. Sometimes it's nice to use the analog version of something. So when you're winding strings, pull you down here so you can have a look. When you're winding strings, you want to try and make sure to get all the windings neat. Basically, you want them like that. So at the start at the top, they work their way down the peg, and then the string comes off the bottom, and they're all bunched up above where the string leaves the peg. And that acts as a stop to stop it moving laterally up and down the string, which can change the overall length because of the Pythagorean whatnot. It becomes a triangle then when you start moving that side. So yeah, you want to make sure that you want about 3 winds and you want them bunched up close to each other. First wind, second wind, third wind, fourth wind. You don't want them to be crossing over each other and stuff like that. Oh, I'm going to have to move you back for the last couple of strings, aren't I? I do apologise. It's all very haphazard. Fingers crossed you'll still be safe in there, so try not to get in the way too much. But in my defence, it is me doing the job, so getting in the way is relative, innit? One more. Through you go. Right. Shut up, you. Snip that excess off. The nut height on that is horrific. That's going to have to change. We need to get at a pitch to see roughly what the truss rod is doing. And I'm probably going to have to change your angle on that. Because the truss rod is... it's not quite flat. It might be about right where the truss is. So, I'll move you so you can see what's happening. Okie dokie. Right, I need to approximate the height, first of all, of the bridge. That base side is pretty much bang on actually where it wants to be. The treble side is not bang on where it needs to be. It needs to be higher than that. Something like that. Maybe a smidge higher. And we're going to want the truss cover off. The truss is close, but it's not quite where it needs to be. Off your pop. Right, we need to tune up the pitch. That's what we need. Tuner. Jack. The old pal Jack again. Where is it? Oof, these batteries ain't happy. Come on lads. You can do this. You can do this. Oh, I'm gonna have to change these batteries, man. Yeah, they need changed. Bear with me. Boom, there we go. Right. Fresh battery. Zzz. Batteries. Probably shouldn't do that. Right. Approximate A. Truss. Yep, one's tightened a little bit. It's got to be a 4mm, isn't it? Right, yeah. Oh, she's loose. Oh, she's loosey-goosey. No pressure on it. I mean, that's good for the neck. That means the neck itself is in decent shape. Well, I can see a high fret from here. That fret's definitely high there. Yeah, that's that one high. Truss wise though, that's pretty much where we need to be. It's a little bit too much actually. Just keep a little bit of tension in there. Right, that nut needs cut in now. Right, it's not the best shot in the world of the nut, but it'll do. So, treble side needs sorted first. Wow, they are high, like, they are mega high. Mega. Also basically no fall off on that nut. That's better. Wow, that's so much material has to come off that. Some people like to fuck about and measure these to try and get them right. I much prefer to just take it a little and feel it. You can tell more what's going on with feel than with measurements, I find. And I know that can sound a little strange, but measurements can be a little inconsistent when you haven't got perfect reference. Surfaces. Fretboards, radius. Oh, that's much better. Fretboards are not a perfectly flat surface, so it depends on which part of the radius you take your measurement from. Little things like that can make a big difference. That's not the only thing, but you know, such like problems. Right, let's get the bee on the go. Oh, that means I'm running out of battery. There you go. Couple more strokes. That'll do for that one. That's way better. If you're wondering what's going on there, by the way, that's a thickness hacksaw blade. So I take a hacksaw blade from my thin nut slots and using a micrometer, I thickness it at different portions so that I've got a section to use for a 10 gauge, a section to use for a 15 gauge, a section to use for a 21, you know what I mean. Right, let's get the D done. I've got more conventional files for the lower, the thicker slots, the heavy ones. There we go. Smidge more. There we go. Right. A string. The E's about right. I just want a little bit extra on the A anyway. You still recording, sunshine? Yeah. Right. Beautiful. Little switch. Lovely. To the plastic nut. So I'm going to wax some graphite in there as well. Graphene, I've been reading too much about graphene recently. Where did that go? Thought it occurred to me the other day. Whatever happened to graphene? It was meant to be magic. I was supposed to have super duper batteries that did super duper things, and everything was supposed to happen without any bloody resistance and that. It was meant to be the bloody Jetsons by now. So I'm thicknessing down my pencil to a very thin little film of a pencil. To do with fitting in the slots if you haven't figured that out. Getting there. Honestly, I would rather not be doing this over my bench, but I would like you to be able to see what's going on a little bit. Not that that's helping, because my hand's probably right in the way. Right in that slot. That was pretty snaps off in the thinner slots. getting a little bit thick again. Try and make a bit less of a mess of it. That's better. Get right to the bottom of the slot. Make sure you're actually coating it properly with graphite. That's one of the lowest coefficient of friction materials that you can get your hands on readily. Well, that exists actually, but it's very readily available if you haven't noticed. Pencils tend to be all over the shop. Let's give you a little brushing. Get rid of some of that shite. And a little blow on that. And a little rub. Nice. Right, now, how's that truss looking? Absolutely a perfect intonation. Which I'm going to have to do at a different angle, so I'm going to have to move you a bit if you're watching us do the intonation. Right, get that away. Out the way, very much out the way please. Right, let's have a look at this intonation. Stretch them a bit. Right, get everything in harmony first, and then go string by string. You do have to get it more spot on. I'm going to put that somewhere that you might be able to actually see it. It's flat. So what do we need? Do we need a flat head? We need a flat head. Give me a flat head. Should be a grey chassis flathead. Where are you? Where are you, sunshine? No? Gone? Interesting. Very interesting. There's also a purple one there that shouldn't be. Yeah, well that indicates that there's not one missing.
Alright, you. What was it, flat? Yes it was. So one's sharpened. So maybe they need to shorten the string. That's better. Sounds about right. Looks about right. Slightly flat. I want to see the E's going to go up slightly too. Oh, bloody hell, you're tight. Go. I hate flathead screws with a passion. The man who invented flathead screws needs a slap. It was only slightly, wasn't it? It was more slightly than that though. If I could get a new big driver in here, like, it would help. Also flat. I'm going to change driver because these are a bit stiff. And it could do with a bit more leverage. So I'm going to go to, oh, that bad lad. Right there. Right, well, am I on the G? So he's going to kick you. Yep, and it's flat as a fart. Oh, you're right where I need to be. I hope you can still see this. Still a little flat on the grip. Oh, how a flathead bloody screwdrivers. There we go. The beat's pretty good. He's just a little bit flat. There we go. I'm going to take a tiny bit more out of that truss rod. I'm going to loosen it a little, just a smidgen. And I reckon that's about where we need to be for everything. Turn the tuner off. Let's unplug that though, because we don't need the tuner anymore. Get rid of those annoying little fingerprints that we've put on since we had that perfect sheen. I want that luster back, please. I would leave the polishing until the very end of the job. You may be thinking that would make more sense, but certain things like under the strings and under the bridge and stuff, you can't really get to properly by the time you're at this point. Like there's some little bits left under the bridge now that I've ended up putting on there while I've been adjusting the intonation, and I'm going to have to get under or something to get out. And it just spoils the look. It spoils that pristine look, you know. So it's generally best to do the majority of the cleaning at the start and then just go back over the little bits when you get to this point, I find. It's as easy as anything, as any of that route would be. Right, I think that's it pretty much done, like. We've got some polishings to do. I need to put the truss rod colour back on if I'm happy with where the truss is. I just want to give it a quick little clean up here. I'm going to give it a quick little play. You've just hit 10%, I do believe, which hopefully won't shut that video off quite yet. If it does, I'll come back to you. Right, I think I'm happy with the truss, so we'll give this cover a little wipey and we'll get it chucked back in place. There's me screwy dooey. Those are offensively small screws for what this is, like. Bloody hell, it's the sort of thing you'd use in a mobile phone, that. I hate doing jobs on mobile devices. That's so fiddly. Right. Boop. I'd say you're good. Let's give her a little test there. That's that fret that I said earlier on was a bit funky. It's just the one. Quite often you can actually remedy this just by giving it a little tap down, even if it's not visibly lifted. 9 times out of 10 it is lifted a little. That may pain you to hear, but there's nothing we can say about. It's just that one fret, and it's still there. Ooh, where's that gone? How come things hit the floor and they just disappear? Oh, there you go. Right. give her a while to settle. Make sure that she's still all good. But I think we're all happy with that. Seems good to me. That'll settle in. Well, she's looking a lot better than she was. All gig ready, I'd say. Yeah, man. Lovely jubbly.